Let's bring in Brent Smith, a fourth-generation ranch owner in Kinney County, Texas. It sits on the U.S.-Mexico line. I know, Brent, that you have seen thousands of dollars in damage to the property that you and your family own by those who have crossed illegally. What exactly is the damage you're talking about?
Well, we're talking about cut fences, cut water lines, cattle that are killed. It's just we no longer enjoy the property rights that every American should have. And it's an ongoing issue each and every day. We have to hire people that do nothing but patrol the fences. That's their sole job, because they have to fix it almost every day. And people on the border are tired of Mayorkas. They're tired of his unlawful policies, and they're wanting him impeached. And I think the legislators in Washington need to get their act together and protect Americans first.
Do you think there's a more compassionate view to migrants and immigrants than landowners? Do you think a lot of people in America think folks like you can afford it? You're wealthy, you have all this land. What could possibly be that harmful to ranchers like yourself?
I like to see them come live on the border and experience what we are. There's a reason why Texas is wanting to declare an invasion, because this is what it is. A rancher the other day told me, and summed it up perfectly. He said, there might not be bombs falling every day, but this feels like a war on the ground. And that's what we're experiencing every day.
If Title 42 does expire, if there's not this bipartisan approval to extend this measure that would send people who cross into the country illegally back to Mexico, ultimately, what do you think is going to happen next? How much worse will it get?
It's going to get worse. I don't even know how it could get worse, but it's going to get worse. We're barely with our neck above the water as it is right now. We can barely hold on. We're trying to, people are moving away from the border to different places because they can't do it financially and operate a business. If it's going to get worse than it is now, I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to have to rely on the state of Texas or, people in Washington to get their act together. We're tired of this. We are tired of dealing with this every day. It's time for something to be done and to enforce the borders. And because you can't be a sovereign state and not have borders. Right now, we don't have borders. None.
It's interesting. I was thinking about this. I want to know what you think. We have been really conscious in our communities and our society of boundaries. We have boundaries with relationships. We have boundaries with our in-laws. We tell children they should have boundaries with strangers. But in this particular situation, what kind of boundaries do you want with the people who are desperate to come into this country and sometimes cross without anybody stopping them?
To be a sovereign nation, you have to have a boundary. You have to have a rule of law on how people come into your country. No other country in the world has this except for us right now. And a perfect example of the dangers of this is the mass shooting that happened by an illegal alien down in Texas just last week. And for us to think that that's the only bad person that's come across the border is naive. There are people, thousands, that come across every day, and I'm sure hundreds of them have criminal records. And so we need to protect Texans and we need to protect Americans, and we can't have the whole world coming in. It's just not feasible. We don't have room for the entire world. But right now we have over 150 countries coming into our state and our nation, and that's unacceptable.
Well, I want to show a picture. I know we have to wrap up soon, but you say that you have photo evidence of what some people did who happened to cross into the country illegally, a cut fence that you had to quickly repair so that your livestock didn't get out. You said that you found dead livestock. Can you just touch on that one more time?
Yeah, we have several. We've had dead livestock. Cartel operatives, fleeing from law enforcement, driving down the highway, struck cattle like that one you have right in the picture there. That cow, she was killed by a vehicle striking her. And so that's what happens when you have, lawlessness in the border. Not only do the people suffer, the animals, everything else does. And that's only one of a few that we've had, just my family. So that happens every day on the border, every single day. It's just, that's a picture of the one that happened with me.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people who would say, people, human lives, children, women are more valuable than cattle. But at the same time, it's the big picture that it sounds like you're asking the federal government to address. Brent Smith, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.